قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني وسبحان الله وما أنا من المشركين.
There is an amazing story attributed to Ibn Hazm. May Allah Almighty have mercy upon him, who died in the year 456 after the Hijrah. Do you know how the story of Ibn Hazm began and how his journey into the skies of greatness started? It started with this particular sunnah that we are speaking about that he didn't know. Allahu Akbar, the great scholar of Islam Ibn Hazm didn't know that you had to pray 2 units? And the answer is yes, he didn't know. This is mentioned in his biography. He once came into the masjid just before Asr time. It was a janazah for one of the friends of his father, funeral prayer. Ibn Hazm entered the masjid, and as some of us did today, may Allah pardon us, he sat down. And so his murabbi, the one who was responsible for nurturing him, he began indicating, saying to him, get up. Ibn Hazm didn't know what he was trying to say to him. So some of his friends next to him said, Ya akhi, you've reached the age of 26 years old and you don't know that it's an obligation to pray 2 units before sitting down in the masjid. So Ibn Hazm, he got up and he prayed 2 units. He said, we finished the janazah, everyone went home, and I went back into the masjid after the time of salah. Look, it's all in the same afternoon. And I now want to carry out the sunnah that I learned today. And I began to pray, and someone said to me, sit down, sit down. What's wrong? What do you want from me? I was told you don't pray at this time. This is a time that it is disliked to pray. He said, so I sat down and I was so embarrassed. I am at the age of 26 years old and I don't know how to pray. So he said, I refused the situation. And I inquired about the scholar of our community. I went to Abu Abdillahi ibn Dahun. I went to his home. And I explained to him the circumstance and what happened to me and how embarrassing it was. I said to him, I need to remove the veils of jahil, ignorance that are upon me. What do I do? He said to him, let us begin studying and let us begin with the Muwatta of Imam Malik. And he said, we began our study during that time. Very shortly afterwards, Ibn Hazm became the great Imam of Islam, Ibn Hazm. Ibn Hazm, who would become the historian, the theologian, and the jurist, and the poet, of course. Ibn Hazm, the man of great intelligence, unbelievable understanding. Ibn Taymiyyah, rahmatullah alayhi, praised him. In fact, Imam al-Dhahabi, he would say in his Siyar, speaking about Ibn Hazm and what he would become, that the Sultan of the scholars, nickname of Al-Izz ibn Abd al-Salam, he would say, ما كتب في الإسلام, in the religion of Islam and in the history of Muslims, never has our library seen 2 greater books than the book of Al-Mughni by Ibn Qudama and Al-Muhalla that was authored by the Imam Ibn Hazm. And Al-Izz ibn Abd al-Salam, he would say, ما استطبت الفتيا أو ما تلذذت بالفتيا. I have found no real confidence in giving fatwa only after I possessed 2 books. Ibn Qudama's Al-Mughni and Ibn Hazm's Al-Muhalla. Allahu Akbar. Isn't it amazing? It is remarkable. How did it all begin? How did this entire journey of knowledge and greathood and stardom appear for Ibn Hazm? Because of a sunnah that somebody gently corrected him with in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And with this you see why a lot of us struggle to become the likes of Ibn Hazm, because we don't take advice very well. Just a few days ago, there was a brother actually, he was saying to me, Akhi, I'm disturbed, I'm so upset. I said, what happened? Here in the masjid. He said to me, I was praying next to our brother, I'm trying to close the gap before we start the salah to be in line with the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was not having it. He was not having it. He's moving away from me as if I am disgusting or something. And so after the prayer, I said to him, my brother, have I upset you? I was just trying to honor the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, yes, you have upset me. So I put my hand on his shoulder to say to him, I'm sorry, he said to me, don't touch me. And he walked out of the masjid. Now this very same fella of ours, I guarantee you, the one who walked out of the masjid in this strop, go to him after a week, after a month, after 5 or 10 years, and he will be the same person. Go to him after 20 years, 30 years, his Quran will be the same, tajweed will most likely be the same, his khushu' will be the same, his knowledge will be the same, his da'wah, his projects for the hereafter will be the same. Because we don't like, a lot of us at least, we don't like advice. So when someone gives you that advice, see it as a gift.